guys, welcome to an FM21 beta save. We're going to be doing one of my favorite teams personally, Hertha Berlin, because why not? They're not a great team, they're in the Bundesliga, so we have time, but our main challenge for this to see is if, you know, we can knock Bayern off their perch in hopefully 5-6 seasons or so, and just see what we can do during our time here at Hertha, raise all our facilities and stuff like that. And yeah, of course, we're on a three-year deal, only 28.5 K a week, so nothing too bad. We're 21 years old, and yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna fake the age this time. Usually I do it by 10 years and whatnot, so usually I start when I'm 31 because I'm like, maybe it does something. Don't know if it does, I don't care if it does, and we're just gonna see how we kind of get along with it. So Hertha Berlin, Olympiastadion Berlin, yes, of course, almost 75K capacity, built in the 36, fantastic, club background, awesome. We've only won the Bundesliga twice, before it was even the Bundesliga, in 1930-31. We've won the Bundesliga 2 3 times, most recently in 2013, German League Cup last in 2002, and the regional, but we won't worry about that right now. Our assistant manager currently is vacant, so we'll have to hire one of those as soon as we get into the game. Our media predictions actually third. That's nuts. Don't know how that's gonna go. This is the current team with Piontek up top, Javiero De Rosen on the left, Dodi Lucabacchio on the right, Vladimir Derrida, Gunduzi, good old Matteo. We got Askasibar in the middle, Mittelstadt, Boyata, Stark, Zifuik on our back line, and Svolo. So we'll see how that goes. Some of these players I haven't used before. When I was in FM21, I'd usually start out midway through the season, let Hertha Berlin sack the manager, apply, take the job, and just kind of turn things around and whatnot. So this is something a little bit different for me. However, these are some new players I haven't actually used before. Svolo, I've never used him at all ever, so we'll see how he is. Zifuik, I haven't used him before. He doesn't look particularly bad though. He's only 22 years old, which is nice. He's only valued at 1.1 mil, but it's also due to probably our reputation and whatnot. But great determination, 22 years old, good stamina, solid pace. His crossing's only 12 and his dribbling's only 11, which is okay, but hopefully we can still use him as like a wing back and stuff like that. And decent long throwing too, which is always good. We also got Mittelstadt, preferred left, really good crossing, good dribbling. Free kicks aren't that great. I don't know if we still have Marvin Plattenhardt. If we still have Marvin Plattenhardt, then that could be another solid free kick taker. He's scored bangers for me before in FM20, so we'll see how that goes. Stamina's good, pace is decent, so we'll see how that goes. He tries to play his way out of trouble and whatnot, so these guys will definitely be big. Runs down the on those right, awesome. I love to see that. Svolo, he doesn't look particularly bad. Great kicking, great reflexes and concentration. Command of the area needs some work. He's 28 years old, so he's okay for now, but we'll see how we kind of get along and whatnot. So let's go next. Club vision, develop players using the systems that's desired. Okay, build a new stadium, that's ongoing, and work within the wage budget. They need us to finish top half and reach the semi-final of the DFB Pokal. I think that's doable. And essentially they want us to challenge for a domestic cup in the next 5 seasons on season 4, and essentially just maintain a top half finish in the Bundesliga. And I think that's perfectly possible with Hertha Berlin, as some or many, I would assume, people know. When it comes to Hertha Berlin, they do have wealthy owners and whatnot. They've invested a good amount of money before in real life and whatnot. However, at least in my personal opinion, not on the best of players like Christoph Piontek and whatnot. So we'll kind of see how that goes and whatnot. Schedule a press conference, yeah, sure. Yep, and yes. We'll accept those. Fantastic. I was gonna do an Munchen save and whatnot, but I figured, you know what, to do a series and whatnot on it, we're gonna do Hertha, one of my favorite teams. I want to do Hertha Berlin, but Inter Berlin, my apologies. However, they aren't in the game, of course, right now, because one, this is only the beta, so we're gonna preferably I would like to wait until the full game is released, and then we can get some mods to throw Inter Berlin in the game, so we can get Germany's even more lower divisions. I think FM20 had to go all the way to tier 6, and in the game it only goes down to tier 3. So we'll see how this series goes. Maybe we'll go to Inter Berlin and whatnot. So, but yeah, Hertha Berlin, let's save that. Onto Snow, just going in. The American, never managed before, 21 years old, gonna be younger than most of these times. That's fine. Rune Jarnstein, these are all of our players almost out of contract. I'll deal with that later. Look at Nets, I probably want to keep Paco Dardai. I don't know, his potential in FM20 wasn't particularly great, and this is for the current team that we have now, so these potentials might change too, because we don't have an assistant manager at the moment, so we'll have to do that. We'll do tactics in a bit, club vision, yeah, no, that looks fine. Preseason friendlies and everything, I would like to focus, probably do a normal. Actually no, since we are new here and everything like that, new tactics are going to be used, so we're probably going to want to use a tactical, so that's fine. Injury update, Cordoba, he scored a decent amount of goals and whatnot in real life. He seems like a decent prospect. I don't really know, really good potential ability, that's nuts, but we'll see how that goes. He's a pressing forward, not particularly my style of player, but I think Christoph is a target man and pressing forward and whatnot. So we'll have to see how that goes as well. Of course, you have the likes of Kai Havertz to Chelsea, Leroy Sané to Bayern, and Jude Bellingham to Dortmund as well. So we'll see how all of that goes. How are our finances looking? That's one thing. We have 22 million. Cool, we can make that work in a wage budget of 921. Okay, so we have about 90,000 we can work with. I think that's very, very doable, especially here in the Bundesliga. When it comes to the Premier League and whatnot, money is just freaking ridiculous. So even to sign a regular player who's maybe a regular starter or a sub, you're still going to be paying them at minimum 60k a week at times, it feels like, when you're playing, you know, a top table side or a mid-table side at times. But here in the Bundesliga, it's not like that, which is nice. So yeah, I want to turn things around here at Hertha, get rid of these finishes and everything, and see how it goes. We got the club vision, of course, that we just did. Club info, of course, we've been sitting around mid-table for a while now, but I want to see if we can get this 10th maybe up back to 6th, and maybe we can get scraping at European football at the end of the season, or maybe the season afterwards, depending on how well we can do. Luka Nets looks okay. Fullback defending, we really want to train him up so we can get his crossing up big time. So I'll probably do a bunch of the trainings and stuff like that in between episodes. It's a lot of boring stuff. I'm not gonna do it here. That's stupid. I think now, yeah, we wanna do this. Cross into the box. We're gonna do a Gigan Press. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a Gigan Press and see how this looks and see what we can work with here. So we got, of course, Christoph Piontek pressing forward, amazing. We do have Matthias Cunha, which is brilliant. We'll look at the squad right now. We'll do it by this. I want to see my strikers first. So these are our strikers. Oh, I don't like that. One thing I really liked when it came to FM20 is you're able to select multiple people with check marks and whatnot, so it was just easier to highlight too, so I know who I'm looking at all the time. But that's not particularly one thing I like that they got rid of, and for some odd reason I'm not able. There we go. That's a little weird. Some of these things I'm still getting used to, where the right place to click and stuff like that. This is going to be a big thing to get used to, is our condition and our match sharpness and whatnot, because they're no longer numbers, which kind of sucks. I like numbers. I like working with numbers. We don't have numbers anymore, so we're going to have to be going off images. Luckily, I'm not red colorblind, so hopefully that's not a bad idea. It does look very appealing, but numbers, at least for players that, you know, really get into the game a lot and such, they really help out with really trying to figure out who do we do. But you know what? That makes sense. You don't exactly have numbers in real life, so Football Manager, props to you for making it a more realistic game. Now, Davi Selke, He's on loan at Werder Bremen. That is correct. He's been a decent player in the past when I've used him. Matthias Cunha, advanced forward, very good dribbling, finishing, and first touch. I think he is going to be one player that I really want to use. Great determination and great flair, and still only 21 years old. So he's definitely going to be someone that I want to use. So I think I'm going to change this role to, let's see, advanced forward. Yes, we're going to change. Okay, those are both already in full inside forward, so we're gonna do the Rosen there, and then we're gonna do Cunha can play on that side, but we're gonna put Bacchio there, and we're just gonna kind of see how it goes. We're gonna do Metsala there, so Metsala attack. Who can play here? Guendouzi can play there. I'd rather not have a Guendouzi there. Can be a box to box typically as well, which is good. So we'll see how that goes. Where's Kasibar? There he is. Kasibar's right there. Where is Kasasi like to play at? Defensive midfielder, ball winning midfielder. Close down the opponent and win the ball. However, he needs the technical skills. Yep. I think we're gonna do defensive midfielder. I think that's gonna work best for us. We're gonna have Guendouzi here. And then I think here we're gonna have Dorita and whatnot. Where does he prefer to play? Is preferably a box to box. Guendouzi is preferably a box to box as well. We'll have to take a closer look. So these tactics might change and stuff like that before we're even done. Have our wingbacks and support since our inside forwards and our attack. That's fine. I think we'll keep that. We got Plattenhardt and Mittelstadt. We'll put Mittelstadt in. I might compare him and Plattenhardt later just to see how it goes. I have a very, very big soft spot for Plattenhardt, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll put Zfuik because why not? Nicholas Stark, love the guy. He'll be a captain at some point if he's not already. He's already wanted by Borussia Dortmund. Don't want him to leave at all. So hopefully we can stay and keep him in the side. And then of course we got Schwolo and Rune Jonstein. So Alderete, Paraguayan, 23 years old. These are great stats. I like this. Pace is 13, so he's not wicked or anything like that, but jumping reach of 15, strength of 15, good heading, decent marking, decent tackling, which is good, good bravery. I like this guy a lot. So he's a left footer too, so we'll put him on the left. Starks is on the right. Starks got decent marking, tackling. This Alderete guy actually seems better than Stark. Wow, that's nuts. Is he younger too? 23, isn't Stark like 25? Yeah, he's 25. So, and then of course we got Schwolo, and yeah, so we're gonna, at least for now, play Matthias Cunha up front. I think that's what we're gonna do for now, but we're gonna get our subs going too. As for ball playing defenders, who's next best is what I kind of want to see, and it looks like Boyata and I don't know. I always just call him Jordan. I can never pronounce his name. I apologize, Jordan. Can never pronounce your name though, to be honest. It's probably very easy if I ever hear it and I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, but nonetheless. So as of right now, this is kind of the starting 11 and the subs that I'm thinking as of right now. One thing I realized that I'm really upset about is Arnold Meyer. He's gone. He's not gone. He's on loan right now. So actually, we're gonna try and see if we can get him back. Can we recall him? Because that is one thing I really want to see, is if we can recall him. And yeah, I'll try and do that in between cuts. But I would really like to get him back. It doesn't look like we can recall him, which kind of sucks. So he'll be gone for a year, but I loved Arnold Meyer when I used him and whatnot. He becomes a really, really good midfielder. He's here playing as a DM, but I would like him to play more like a deep line playmaker in the regular midfield and such like that. But all right, Rune Yardstein on the bench. We got Jordan. I was thinking about him or Boyata. I think Boyata is a slightly better defender. However, I went for Jordan because he can also somewhat play on the left, which will be good for versatility. Clunter, he can play on the right, so we have that covered as well. Luka Tassar can play anywhere in the midfield, which is good. So if anyone gets hurt and needs a rest, we have that covered. But I might add one more midfielder in there just for extra cover. Palkor Dardai, he can play on either side. I'm gonna look at his stats. They're not terrible, so that's not bad. However, he's not particularly great as well, but he's not a bad player. 21 years old and whatnot, so he shouldn't be too bad. He shouldn't be too bad. We also got Matthew Leckie, not very good. He's 29 years old. He only likes to play as a winger, and on this side is an inverted winger. He won't really fit the system, so I'm going to try at some point to kind of ship him off. Plus, he's getting 15K a week, which for us, that's not exactly great. And then, of course, you got Christoph Piątek. What a lad. Usually a poacher. He can also play as a pressing forward, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, he has the stats for it too. Great heading as well. He can also play a target man and whatnot. He's a great penalty taker, so he'll probably be scoring a decent amount of goals as well. Of course, we got Juan Cordoba. Is that his name? Yeah. Oh, Juan, I don't know. Cordoba. He'll probably be coming in from time to time and whatnot. Great pressing forward, really good aggression and bravery and good determination. Very fast and yeah, I like that. It's good, great pace, good stamina, great strength and balance and work rate. That's not bad at all. Now, of course, one thing I want to try and work on, which is just, you know, dribbling, first finishing, and first touch. However, we might sell some players here in the window. Some players I want to keep, of course, is Boyata. Carrick, not particularly. He's 33 years old. He's losing it. His stamina's all the way down to 14, so it's not terrible, but he's 33 years old. I'm someone, as soon as someone's reaching 29, 30, I want to ship him off, get some money back and whatnot, and see what we can do with it. Marvin Plattenhardt, he's 28, great crossing and great free kick taking, so he'll definitely be helping us out as well. Of course, we also have Cordoba, and now it's just kind of trying to see who's going to be helping us out a bit. Edouard Lewin, he'll be decent as our another backup for pretty much anywhere that we kind of need in the center backs, defensive mid, and our midfield. So he'll be a good player to have in as well. Radon, he's not bad. He's got, you know, decent finishing, a decent first touch. His dribbling's not that good, which sucks. He's only 176 centimeters, so he's not even that tall either, which kind of isn't great. Poor stamina, poor pace. I don't like that. I want more pace on them, so he probably won't be getting in anytime soon. We might sell him off. Jessic Nikam doesn't seem great either. Great fitness and whatnot, and great strength and balance, but his pace isn't great, stamina isn't great. He's only 20 years old, so he could get better, but I mean, with 8 crossing, gonna be a winger, that's not exactly what I want. So we might use him, or I might start trying to train him as an inside forward. But this is currently how we're looking right now. Not too bad. I think I'm going to keep this 4-3-3. We might experiment a little bit more and whatnot. Maybe see if there's anyone that can actually play this cam position. Not particularly, so we won't worry about that. But that is okay. Why can't I move them? There we go. They should fix that. I can't grab on their jersey. The jersey is one thing I want to click on. I want to click on their jersey and move them. Maybe they'll change that in the bug reports too. I don't know. Maybe I'll just report it and say, hey, I can't click on their jersey and, you know, click and drag and whatnot. It'd be nice to really be able to do that. Also as well, I think Cunha has his face and whatnot. Bacchio has his face to the Dorita. Yeah, a lot of these players actually have their face and whatnot, which is actually kind of nice. I don't have a face pack in the folders for I don't have the face pack or in the FM21 folder, so I don't think it's grabbing them from my FM20 folder. That wouldn't seem right and whatnot. Yeah, like Matteo Guendouzi doesn't have his face. But I'm not going to be adding face packs or any mods or anything like that I probably would usually do, just because it's still in the beta version. I want to make sure if there's a bug, it's not my mod messing with something or anything like that. It's actually a bug with the game, and we can report it, and hopefully they can improve the game as well. So as for now, I'm not going to be adding face packs or logo packs or anything like that. I think this is a good side. I'm going to mess with the tactics a bit. I'm going to be attacking probably fairly wide, so our inside forwards can receive the ball and they can dribble inwards and whatnot. Passing to space, I'm going to take that off. Passing is going to be shorter. We're going to have our overlapping and play through the middle as well, so we can kind of get the ball in our defense and whatnot. Play it through our the 3 midfielders. We can play it out, and hopefully we can get the ball back in and work it into the box, especially with our inside forwards and Matthias Cunha up front. I'm going to take the tempo down a bit. And the main reason for that is I don't want to make more mistakes. We're going to play for set pieces. I want to check our dribbling out. Dribbling 17, that's good. Dribbling 16, that's great. Dribbling 17, okay. So given that stats, I want to run at the defense a bit more. Hopefully it can make some stuff happen. We have mixed crosses. Matthias isn't really a guy that's good, so we're going to try low crosses and kind of see how that works out. And we're going to say be expressive, you know, do what you kind of want to do. Make something happen, you know, make something happen. We're gonna do take short kicks. I'm probably gonna do distribute to these guys, but you know, I'll give my keeper the option of what he wants to do and whatnot, but I want to get it to these guys right here so they can play it forward and whatnot. And then next, out of possession, we're going to play a much higher line, but I have just a higher line of engagement, and we're going to get stuck in at first. Standard width, I think we're going to keep it like this. I don't think we want to force it outside for now. I don't particularly want to force it inside, but we could do that. We'll try it, and then we'll use offside trap as well. You know, it's going to be a lot of playing with tactics, just tweaking it every so often, every couple games, just really trying to figure out what's really working with the squad and what's not. So looking at Arnold Meyer as well, loans may not be canceled within the first 28 days. And looking at his contract, this was done on the 17th of August, so literally today, which kind of sucks. It looks like the game starts a lot later than usual, but that's also probably also for the whole COVID situation as well, so they're reflecting that, just not the actual virus in game, because they said that, you know, we want to keep it as realistic as possible, but also as an escape from what's going on in the world. And if you put that in the game, you're not exactly getting that escape anymore, especially those who have been directly affected by the virus as well. Wouldn't exactly be a key thing to have in the game, and could have some negative impacts as well. So good on the developers for doing that. But I think for now, we're going to look at some transfers and kind of see what we can do and whatnot. It'd be nice to sell some players as well, like Leckie. I think he's going to be one person I want to sell, so I'm going to see if I can get someone who can play probably on the left. I don't know yet. Bakayoko, he's left-footed, but I would like to have him, of course, on that side. I think the Rosen's also, yeah, the Rosen's left only, so he's not exactly the best inside forward in that position. However, we can start training him for here as well, so he can play both sides, so he can play left and right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for an attacking midfielder left and just kind of see what we can come up with. It looks like one thing they also got rid of with scouting, that is within the recruitment packages, we used to have a side for just, you know, regular players and whatnot, but we also used to have one on this side as well for youth players, but it looks like they combined it all into one, which is kind of nice. But I brought it up to World. At first it was just Central Europe. I brought it up to World, and I gave us some more money as well. Brings our transfer budget to just under 22 mil, but I don't mind that if we could be scouting all around and whatnot. And of course, I'll get our scouts going as well. We only have two scouts, our chief scout and our regular scout, so we have a lot of staff that we have to sign. We have a lot of coaches we need a lot of scouting and whatnot. We need 9 more scouts, a technical director, recruitment analyst, and a loan manager, and then some medical staff as well. But I'm going to do a lot of that in between episodes because it doesn't really need to be seen here, but I'll cover all that next episode as well. But let's just try and get a player real quick and see if we can bring someone in. So what I decided is, at least for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this episode here. But of course, we don't have many scouts and everything. So of course, in between episodes, I'm going to hire a bunch of scouts and such like that, so we can get scouting a bunch of players. I've already got some assignments ready to go, at least not here, but of players that I really want to look at and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Like Amin Gururi, I think, is one guy, and also Sam Greenwood. Very young players. I'm just looking for inside forward on the left, 15 to 21, and just see what we can get. I prefer young players. That's just how I like to sign and stuff like that, so it's less money outwards in the long run, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here. If you guys enjoyed and whatnot, let me know. Leave a like below. If you're new here, please subscribe for more, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next episode, where hopefully, you know, we'll have some business going and a new setup going.